All right, and last but not least, to uplift you all on the Talks with Taeler Hendrix podcast is none other than motivation. I like to call this the bread and butter of the podcast because it was one of the main factors for me wanting to do a podcast. And then I was approached by Russo's brand, by Vince Russo himself, to join Russo's brand, which is really, really awesome. It kind of was like a middle finger, a positive middle finger to everybody that was like, oh, she's so difficult to deal with or whatever, and this, and that, and the other. It's like, I've been working with Russo's brand for years with no issues, so take that for what it is. But I wanted to use, a lot of my experiences to help other people. And I truly feel that one of the ways to help other people is to help yourself. And then to get other people in on conversations on what worked for you, what worked for them, because there really isn't a one size fits all. And a lot of people talk about motivation, but they don't really talk about consistency and how consistent motivation will take you places that just random motivation alone cannot. You can be the most motivated person in the world, but if you don't do anything about it, then you haven't really done anything and haven't achieved anything, and you're not living up to your fullest potential as a unique and amazing human being. And so that's why I love to think of motivation every week as your weekly dose of being a part of someone else's survival guide. We are all in the Taeler Army. We're all on this journey to become the best versions of ourselves that ever existed so we can become the adults that we needed as children, which I think is one of the most admirable things that we can do for ourselves, for our families, for our future selves, and for society. And then we're also focused on, while we're trying to become the best versions of ourselves and become the adults that we needed as children, we're also focused on breaking generational curses and generational traumas so that we can pass on healthy habits and successes and positive, hardworking mindsets with great work ethics and moral driven compasses to pass on generational wealth and health and prosperity. And I think that is an amazing, admirable, hard fought thing to do that makes society a better place. We're a part of the society now, so we can't be blaming society for all of its shortcomings and all of its problems, because we now are the society. And just because we inherited a bad bill of goods doesn't mean we can't change it for the better, so that Gen Z, Gen Alpha and everybody else can profit off of the hard work that we started and kind of lay down a roadmap for them to continue. So with that being said, today is something very, very simple, but I think encompasses so many things that we've been talking about on this road to success for motivation every single week. Last week, we talked about if they wanted to, they would. If people wanted to talk to you on a consistent basis, they would. If they wanted to make plans with you, they would. If they wanted to catch up with you, they would. If they wanted to love you, they would. If they wanted to be friends with you, they would. We need to stop making other people a priority that only see us as an option. Now this week, we're going to take that a step further and copy an Instagram post from my girl, Elena Cardone, which said, quote, "Some people are bills and some are investments. Know the difference." Could not have said it better, okay? We spend so much time making so many other people priorities that we often forget about ourselves. And then we have so many people in society that are on the flip side of that coin, where all they do is prioritize themselves so selfishly and lack empathy, and forget that there is a world around them that involves other people, and the world does not revolve around them themselves. So, know the difference. What does that mean? If some people are bills and some are investments, how are you supposed to know? Well, it's very, very simple, okay? No two people are exactly alike. No two situations are completely alike. We're all in the same ocean, proverbially speaking, but we're not all in the same mode of transportation, okay? Some people have yachts, some people have canoes, some people just have a life raft or a life preserver, some people have nothing at all. Our lives are different because we are living the life we have now based on a series of choices that we made just a few short years ago. We are always one decision away from a completely different life. And one of those decisions are the people that we allow in our circle and in our lives, because we become like the people we spend the most time with. And your environment is indicative of your success. And how you choose to utilize that environment speaks volumes. That's why a lot of times when I talk to people, I say, put your proverbial headphones in and ignore the negative noise. And sometimes that means literally putting your headphones on, so you don't have to hear the negative noise, okay? Environment is so important. And so if some people are bills and some people are investments, and it's your responsibility to know the difference, what does that mean? Well, take a look at the people you know. How do they make you feel? What do they make you do? Do you find that they make you do anything at all? These are all questions that you can ask of anyone in your life. Do they make you feel good? Do they kick you while you're down? Do they lift you up but still be real with you? These are questions. These are valuable questions that can help you determine if that person is a bill or if that person is an investment, because those bills, based on the people you allow around in your life, can come in many different forms. They can come in the form of therapy bills. They can come in the form of lifestyle bills. They can come in the form of medical bills, tragically speaking. Heaven forbid. And of course, they can come in the form of legal bills, okay? Who you are around will ultimately decide your future. If you hang around the wrong crowd, you can end up in a bad situation that you didn't even realize you were in, but you technically chose to be around those people, okay? You know, are these people keeping you down and you're not ignoring the negative noise? That could result in therapy bills, or you not realizing your fullest potential as a human being, okay? Lifestyle bills. Do these people have you constantly keeping up with the Joneses, or do they have you going out and partying and spending money every weekend instead of making smart financial and health decisions? You know, medical bills. Are you around people that have you doing dangerous, stupid things, or heaven forbid, doing personally stupid and dangerous things? And then, of course, legal bills. Are you choosing to be in relationships with people that maybe you should have never been involved with to begin with, you know, i.e. divorce, or child support, or alimony, or buying a new house every other week, or keeping up with the Joneses, which applies to every single one of these. Ultimately, it is in fact your responsibility to know the difference. So really protect your environment. Really take a look at your circle. If you are inspired, that is possibly a good circle. If you feel negative and feel confined and feel like you're constantly comparing, then maybe that's not a circle, that's a cage, okay? If you have to constantly make yourself feel small so they can feel big, maybe that's not a circle, maybe it's a cage. So we have to take responsibility for the roles that we play in things in our life and make decisions to better the future and better the outcome. Remember, you are always just one decision away from a completely different life. But those choices are always up to you, not your mama, not your government, not everyone else, okay? You make the choices. You are responsible for you. It is time that you take your life into your own hands. Just like Elena Cardone said, some people are bills and some people are investments. Know the difference. Are you a bill or are you an investment? Know the difference. This is knowing this difference, and knowing how to spot these types of people in these types of situations is going to help you on your journey to success in whatever that looks like for you. It's going to help you become the best version of yourself that has ever existed to date. Okay, this is going to help you become the adult that you needed as a child. This is going to help you pass down generational wealth, health, prosperity, and success. And it's going to help you break generational curses and generational traumas. Learn to know the difference. All right, everyone, this has been the latest episode of the Talks with Taeler Hendrix podcast, coming to you live every single Tuesday as part of the brand family on russosbrand.com with Channel Attitude. Until next week.